What's up guys, today I'm back with another video and today I'm going to teach you React.js. Okay, so basically what is React.js? Okay, so first of all, React.js isn't a language. Okay, React.js is a library of JavaScript. Okay, so something like Node.js and React Native.js, Vue.js, AngularJS, Next.js, Anime.js. Okay, so these are called something as templates or frameworks. Okay, so React.js is one of them. Okay, so today we are going to learn React. Okay, I know this will be a little, because normally I teach languages, but today I'm going to teach a framework. Okay, so this is JavaScript, but a little bit of twisted JavaScript. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is going to teaching folder as always, and I'll open the PowerShell window here. So I'll copy this address. Wait for a second. Copy address. Oops. And ccd. And there we go. Boom. So now I'm in here. And what I'm about to say, so first of all, you need to install Node.js interpreter. And Node.js is also a framework. Okay. So first you have to install Node.js interpreter. I have one of those videos in my channel, so you can watch it. After installing Node.js interpreter, do like this: npx create react app chain. Okay, so I'll show the meaning of this. Okay, so after installing Node.js interpreter, you have to say npx create react app, and app name is teaching. Okay, and then say create react app and the app's name. Okay, so npx create react app and then the app's name. Okay, so and then hit enter. Oh wait, just one thing, wait for a second. Okay, so now we can say npx create react app teaching. Okay, so now as you can see, it will make the app for me. I don't have to make any files. I mean, when I write code I do, but it will make a starting beginner project for me. Okay, so as you can see, it's making it. Okay, so first of all, there's something called a package manager. So if you know Python, there's something called pip. Okay, pip. Okay, so when you have to install NumPy, when you have to install any module, you say pip install and the module's name. Okay, same is with JavaScript or any framework of JavaScript. You say that if I want to install a module, so you can use a command prompt or PowerShell, your terminal line. So I'll open my command prompt, and then you say that npm install the dependency. Okay, in Python it will be like pip install numpy, something like that. In the similar lines, there is a package manager called npm. Okay, so npm is a package manager. Okay, in the similar lines, there is another package manager, which is a little bit of new package manager, something called yarn. Okay, so when you install Node.js, you first of all get npm. Okay, so npm -v, so my npm version 6.14.8. okay, and if I say yarn -v, so yarn, I haven't installed yarn yet. Okay, so yarn, for me, yarn is new, so it will be better. And so first of all, when you say npm install something like a dependency, so a module of JavaScript, something like or React 3 Fiber. Okay, this is a module. Okay, so when you say npm install reactive fiber, it adds to your computer. Okay, now what happens is there is another package manager called for JavaScript frameworks, Yarn. Okay, so I'm going to install Yarn just for me. I think that Yarn is faster and more efficient, so I'll install Yarn. So how you install it? You install like npm install -g, or you can say dash global, whatever you want. I'll say -g yarn. Okay, so when you install Node.js interpreter, you get npm first case. You don't get yarn. You have to install yarn using npm. Okay, so I'll hit enter, and on the sidetrack, this is making my project. It will take quite a while, so okay, okay, so I've installed yarn once, so it will be more faster on me. It will take quite a while in your machine. I don't know that. Okay, so here, so if I say yarn -v, as you can see, my yarn version is there. Okay, so when you say npx create react app teaching, it would if you have yarn installed in it, it would definitely, by default, it will choose yarn as its package manager. Okay, so now for now it's using npm. Okay, so it's using npm to install these react and react down dependencies. Dependencies means module. Okay, so don't get confused in that. So if you have yarn installed, it would defaultly choose yarn. Okay, so that's why first uninstall yarn and then come back. Okay, so because you don't get any confusion. Okay, so now I have installed yarn. So now if I say npx create react app, it would do it using yarn. Okay, so it would be a quite different and quite fast. Okay, so when this guy is done, it has made the project, I'll come back. So until then, bye bye. Okay, so there's my project, and as you can see, it did a lot of things. It installed the whole project, as you can see, teaching over here. Okay, so I accidentally pasted something over here which I didn't have to. So as you can see, it says npm cd teaching and npm start. So exit, let's go. So it has made a project for me. So you will think that why did it take this much time to make these 5 or 6 folders? So the main thing is in the node modules. As you can see, there is a lot of files in it. Okay, so these are just the folders. Okay, the files in the one folder are too much. Okay, then though it has this speed, so just imagine. Okay, in one folder there's 1000 files and there are 1000 folders, so just think about it. Okay, because these things are, not much. These things are not much that get. Okay, so if you don't have GitHub in it, so you won't get this .git file. Okay, because I have GitHub set up, so I have it. So now let's open our code editor in it and let's get started. So first of all, I'll open my PowerShell and I'll cd into this. So boom, I'm in here, and as it says cd teaching and npm start, so I'll say yarn start because I have yarn installed because it's fast. My choice again, your choice again. Okay, so if you're not using yarn, you can say npm start. If you're using yarn, you can say yarn start. So even if you have yarn, you can still say npm start, no problemo. Now yarn start, and I'll open our code editor in it. So right click, open with code. Okay, so there is one thing I want to say, that to open your project in the browser, you can do like say find the index.html file and just double click on it so it opens in the browser. See what happens. I've got the index.html file. So as you can see, there is nothing. Okay, so the way to open your project in the browser is the yarn start or npm start, so it will automatically open your project in the browser. Okay, so if you double click on the HTML file, nothing is gonna happen actually. Okay, so let's get to our code editor. Yep, there it is, and let's open the source folder. And so the main thing is in the app.js. Okay, so let it open in the browser first, then we'll talk. Okay, so first you say starting a development server, and it will open it in the browser. No, so if your default browser is Mozilla or Internet Explorer, it will open in that. My default is Chrome, so it will open it in Chrome. So okay, so as you can see, this has opened it in the my favorite browser, my default browser, at localhost port 3000. Okay, so you don't have to do the open with live server thing. Okay, so if you leave it default, it will be like this. As you can see, if you don't touch any of the files, just leave them alone, it would be like this. Okay, so let's finger with the files. Okay, so when you leave it alone, it will be like this. Okay, at localhost 4000. Now let's open our code editor and let's delete these. Okay, now just follow me for a second and I'll show you what does this whole thing mean. Okay, just follow me here. Okay, so yep, delete these two, and if you don't have import React from React, then put it. If you have, then good. So I'll tell you the meaning of all this. Okay, so first of all, if you want to delete some files, then delete these: app.test.js and logo.svg. Okay, delete these two files if you want to. If you don't, then don't, but if you want to, then do. I'll delete it. Wait. No, I don't actually. Wait for a second here, guys. Delete. Yep, went to recycle bin. And yep, there we go. So first of all, you'll be thinking that what the hell is going on? Why is this div in JavaScript? Okay, so first of all, let's say h1 hello world. Okay, I'll show you the meaning of this in a second. And Control S to save. And the cool thing about this is that you actually don't have to reload. I didn't reload the page. Okay, it has live server inbuilt. Okay, so you don't need any VS Code or Zap to automatic reload. Okay, when you say yarn start or npm start, it actually automatically reloads. Let me show you the thing. So first of all, why aren't we writing HTML in JavaScript? And the most important thing, why is it working? Okay, that's nonsense, right? So if you don't know JavaScript yet, so first of all, learn JavaScript. Okay, so this actually isn't HTML. This is called JSX. Okay, so JSX basically means that it is kind of HTML. It isn't HTML. That's why JavaScript isn't giving us any error. Okay, JSX says if you hover over it, see JSX this. So this is actually JSX. Okay, it isn't HTML. It looks like HTML, but it isn't HTML. Okay, so first of all, you can write JSX in the return tag. Out of that, it's pure JavaScript. Okay, so if you say div and something like here, it won't work. Okay, so in here it will be nonsense, in here it will be sense. Okay, so first of all, this is okay. So let's learn a bit of JSX. Okay, so it's different from HTML. Then what is exactly different in it? So first of all, as you can see, class name. Okay, in HTML you would have like class. Okay, but in JSX you have to write class name. Okay, now you can say color or something like that. Okay, So first of all, you have to learn JSX. I know this will be a little odd for you right now, but trust me guys, after that it will be super dumb easy. Okay, so first of all, what are we doing here? We are doing import React, means the module from React we have installed. Okay, so okay, so now we are exporting the default app. So we are not going to learn JSX, we are, but not now. Okay, first we'll understand this structure. Okay, what is this structure? Okay, so first of all, we are exporting the app. So one thing cool about React is that you can make your own HTML elements. Sorry, not HTML, JSX elements. Okay, so in the index.js you have imported things, and this is import app from that slash, means from my source, not a module, this is source, from that slash app, means this app.js. Okay, and now we are rendering it. Rendering means we are showing it. Okay, so what is happening here, that whatever is in this return tag renders here. Okay, so rendering means basically showing, and in the public file, in the index.html file, you are importing somehow, you are importing this index.html, index.js file. Okay, so as you can see, wait, yep, so I don't know how you import it, but it is importing. Okay, so this isn't actually quite sensible, but it does import it somehow. So I don't know how they connect, but they do connect. Okay, so index.html imports index.js, and index.js imports app.js, and whatever we do in the app.js will show over here, as you can see. Now let's do this. First of all, you don't need to even touch the public folder, so most of the time you don't. Okay, so what is exactly in the index.js? Okay, so what is it doing is a document that get element by id root. Okay, so if you see in the index.html, there is a div element called id root. Okay, so basically index.js is rendering to it. Okay, so get that div, and React DOM is a module which you have import here. Say React DOM that render app. So you don't need these two. I don't know what they mean, but they are. So don't delete them. So app, actually we can, but I don't want to. Okay, so app, React DOM that render app, and where do you want to render? So what do you want to render is our app, our function app over here, and where to render is document that get element by id root. Okay, so that's how the structure work. Okay, now this is export. So what is this? So app is a function. Okay, capital A. Okay, and saying export default app. Okay, so what it's doing, that it's exporting a function basically. Okay, so let's learn JSX right about now. Okay, so in JSX, class isn't class is class name with a capital N. Okay, and style, you don't like style equals blah blah blah. Okay, you do like this. Okay, now what does brackets mean? Brackets means you're back into JavaScript world. The main thing of JSX is that we can go back into the JavaScript world. I'll show you how. See, if I say not hello world, now if I say 1 plus 1 here, in HTML 1 plus 1, it just renders 1 plus 1. Okay, now if I code it in the double parentheses, I mean the quotes, as you can see, it says 2. So it actually adds it. So why does it do it? So when you do this, you actually get these large brackets, curly brackets. This thing goes actually into the JavaScript world. So whatever you write in here is pure JavaScript. So whatever is in here, it is pure form of JavaScript. Okay, so out of the return tag you can make variables and all those things, so that's pure JavaScript. And even in here you can write JavaScript by doing this. Okay, so if I say 1 plus 1, it says it renders 2. Okay, and if I say 1 plus 2, it renders 3, of course. Okay, and okay, then it will render 3, so 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, so we are back in JavaScript world. So one way to think is that we are back in JavaScript world. So hello world. Okay, so now if we style equals, so we are back in JavaScript world, and even in the JavaScript world we say style is an object. So style equals an object. Okay, so I'll leave a space here, in here too. Style equals color, so color will be red, and I'll save it, and okay, and as you can see the color is red. Okay, so even in JavaScript it's a object, so even in JSX or HTML, whatever you count, it's still a object. Okay, so we are back. So for one curly bracket, so we are in the JavaScript world, and one curly bracket for we are in a object. So if you want to write another styling, so you say like this, border, and then like this, border 1 pixel solid black. There you go, we have a border. Okay, so that's how styling works in JSX. Okay, that's styling. And so what if you want to import a CSS file into your JavaScript? Okay, so we say that import, so there is already a CSS file, so we say import /, so we have in our source directory, and say app.css. okay, so app.css, there we go. So there's already some stylings. Man, these are cool stylings. Well, we don't need it right about now. So there we go, we have imported our styling. To check it out, we say h1 color will be red, so this is pure CSS color red. Okay, so there we go, we have our CSS file imported. Now let's do some business. Okay, so we have our files. Now let's make our own HTML element. Haha, let's make our own HTML element. We will say red apple. Okay, let's see how we can do it. Let's make a file called red apple.js. Man, whoop, red apple.js. okay, and note that first letter should be capitalized. Okay, so first letter should be capitalized. Enter, so it makes it. So there's one extension you need to install to get this snippet. Okay, I'll show you right about now. Install this extension. Okay, so if you're using Sublime Text, you don't need to, because if you're using VS Code, then install this extension, ES7 Redux snippets. Okay, it's very cool. See what happens when I say RFCE and hit tab. There you go, our boilerplate React code is ready to launch. Okay, so we say import React from React, and we say that return empty div, and say export default red apple. Okay, so you know what default is? Default means just don't get it into right now. Okay, so default is default. Now we have to import it over here. So now we say import red apple from red apple, from that slash red apple that. Okay, so you don't need to say that.js if it's a JavaScript file what you are importing. Okay, so red apple, and here we render it. Okay, just like index.js renders app.js, we are going to render our red apple. So we say red apple, and there you go. Now if I say h1, this is rendered from red apple .js. Man, why am I doing double every time? So when I save all the files, as you can see, it's rendered from a red apple. Okay, so why is this? Oh, because h1. Okay, I get it. So boom, there you go. So you have made your own element, not HTML element. You have made your own JSX element. Congratulations, bros. Okay, now let's get to job again. So now what if we want to pass attributes, let's say like text? Okay, so now it doesn't matter how many times we render it, it will render it that much times. Okay, so what if I want to say that it's what will be its inner text? Now when I say that red apple, it would just print this is rendered from red apple.js. Now what if I want to say the text would be, this, there's hello world. Okay, so nothing will happen because I have to do some tweaks to get it. Nothing is gonna happen. Okay, so let's rest it for a second. And there is something called props. Okay, so there is a function and it will take arguments if you want. So we can say props. Okay, so we can say props, and then here we can say props that text. Okay, I'll show what does this mean. I say text equals hello world. Okay, boom and boom. I'll save all the files. Hello world. Okay, I know this will be going bounce off your head, but I'll show you what does this mean. So you will know, if you know JavaScript, the function could take arguments. Okay, the function could take arguments. So here we are taking arguments called props, and so props is an object, and we say props that text. Okay, so props is a variable in this case for our, so we are in JavaScript world back again, and props is our variable, and we say props that text. So props is object and get the value of text. So if you don't pass any text over here, it will print nothing, as you can see. So now if we say we passed just hello, and boom, it will say hello. Okay, so if I want another argument, I can say that h1 say props that second. Okay, and if I say second, and say second, oops, what happened? Okay, I can say second, and I can say hello too. Boom. Okay, what happened? This time it didn't work. Oh, I didn't say the red apple. Okay, hello too. Okay, so if I say hey, so it will say HE. Okay, so that's my friend props. Okay, so props full form is properties. Now if you say I want to break it into, I don't want to say props that text, I just want to say text, then you have to break it like this. Okay, we can say text. Okay, so I'll leave a space here. Okay, so now we can say text. Same thing happens. Okay, so text, so we have to break it. Now if I say second and say that whoa, what happened? Okay, you can say that h1 second, and now if we pass second, the same thing is gonna happen like this. So if I pass dumping over here, as you can see, it prints it now. So it's that. Okay, so now let's see what we can do with React. Okay, right click, delete. Okay, move to recycle bin, and there you go. And now delete this import, and what happened? Okay, nothing happened, sorry. Now let's see how can we make another, wait, just wait a minute. Okay, so if you have any project ideas, then I have my Discord link in description. Join my Discord in there, and you can pass your ideas. So let's see how we can make another function and pass it on a click of button. So let's say, how can we do that? Let's say we make a button. What happened? What the hell is happening? Just wait for a second, guys. I'll pause the video. Okay, so that wasn't anything. Okay, so let's say we make a button over here, and then we will click on it. That should be an alert. Okay, in plain HTML JavaScript, that was easy, and even this is easy. You just need to learn the syntax for it. Now let's say we make a button in JSX. Okay, we make a button and then say click me. There we go, we have a button, and then say that unclick. So capital C, unclick. So wait, I just remember one thing, that you won't get these auto completions in VS Code when you have to change one setting for it. You go to settings and say go to settings, go to settings.json, and you have to write this line of code over here. Say emit that include languages, pass an object, and say JavaScript React. So pass this line of code. Okay, so I want even in Python, because I'm using Flask, and I want plain HTML, and so do this. Okay, and you will get the auto completion in it. So unclick. Okay, so unclick back in JavaScript world, and we can say alert, say ouch, someone clicked me. Oops, clicked me. Yep, and Control S to save. Wait, I haven't even passed it. Why? Click me? What is happening, man? So it isn't doing what I am saying it to do. So what you have to do is pass a function which does this. So make a function. Okay, so in React you do like this, const handle click. I'll show the meaning of it in a second. Okay, so if you don't know arrow function, then let me teach you right about now. If you know it, then you can skip this part. So in arrow functions, you basically make this arrow. That's why its name is arrow function. Okay, so if you don't know arrow function, you would make function something like this. Say like function, and say handle click, and say like this. Okay, that's a noob. Okay, so what you have to do in React, you don't make function like these. I mean, you do, then what is this function app? You can't make this function in function app. You have to make function like this. Okay, actually I think so. You can I don't know. Okay, so something I know that you can make functions in React like this. So we have to say const, then name of your function, then say equals to double parentheses, and say an arrow like equal to and greater than, that makes an arrow, and then your code. Okay, now what we're going to do is say alert, of course alert, say ouch, someone clicked me, and we pass our function here, say handle click. Okay, you don't write the parentheses here, you just say handle click. Okay, and let's go, boom, refresh and click me, boom 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 boom. So whenever I click, it gives me that. Okay, so that's how you make functions in React. Okay, and let's do another thing. So let's make another. So first of all, this course is just basic. Okay, there's a lot of other things. This is just start. Okay, now let's say how can we create big websites. There's something like when you click on this, it goes like slash about, okay, slash checkout, slash this. Let me show you an example. So I've made this website called David's because I made my Amazon. Okay, basically, see. So I made my own Amazon. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty cool, and it actually gives you the feeling of a real Amazon. So when you go to the sign in, see what happens. This slash login thing comes up. Okay, when you remove it, you actually go to the page. When you click on the basket, it's slash checkout. So how can we get this slash? Okay, so again to our localhost. So first of all, you need to install a module. Okay, so I'll open my PowerShell window here. So right click, new PowerShell, copy this address. Okay, in CD. Oops. Okay, I'll copy address again. Yep. So I'm going to do this and say yarn add or npm. Okay, so I'll say yarn add react router dom. Okay, so react router dom. Okay, and if you're using npm, then say npm install, or I, you can say I or install, and say react router dom. Okay, and then hit enter. So when it's done, I'll come back. Okay, so as you can see, it's finished, and I'll exit it, and just wait for a second here. And there we go. And I've copied a line of code here. So when you click, so where was I? Yeah, so I've copied a line of code here, so I'll paste it. So this is the line of code I copied, and this is it. So react router dom. Okay, so which we install, and we are going to import these things from there. So I'm going to copy another line of code. Wait, what happened? Oh yeah, there. I'm very sorry guys, my computer actually got lagged for a second. Okay, bring it here. Sorry guys, I'm very sorry for this disturbance. So as you can see, it says this is the about page. Okay, So so in this case, the one thing is wrong. Okay, so what if you want to render something in the home page? You have to say route. Oh wait, I didn't explain this, did I? So we are importing browser router as router, and switch and route. So router means the whole thing, and switch means you have to switch between them, and route means in which page what you want to render. So route path means path. So in the slash about page, render h1. This is about page. Now if I say I make another route and say that, paste, okay, and now if I say the path is slash, means it's the home page, so that I can say that this is the home page. As you can see, boom, this is the home page. And when I go to slash about and hit enter, this is the about page. So home page, about page, home page, about page, home page, about page. Now there's one more thing. What if I make a button and say that it should go to slash about? Okay, so we say link, we import it from the React router down, and you say like this, link, say to equals slash about, and then say that click me to go to the about page. Okay, and it should be here. Why it isn't? Yep, here it is. Click me to go to the about page. So and I click it, boom, there we go, we are in the about page. So there you go. And the one thing cool about this is that it don't refresh. Okay, so we can even do it by like this. So if we can make a say local host port 3000. Oops, I forgot the http // I can even do this. So slash about, so even I can do this. Why is it not coming? Oh, click me to go to the about page. Okay, there we go. Should be here. Yep, click. So even this can do that, great. But when you see over here, see this, it refreshes. Okay, so when I go back and forth, it actually refreshes the page. Wherein when I use a link, it won't refresh. Okay, the same thing is here, but when I click, boom, it does not actually refresh. See over here, it does not refresh. Okay, so that's one thing cool about React. Okay, the route thing. Okay, so let's get to the next step. So how can we make variables in React? So one way is that in the, you can say const value. Okay, so let's make a website in which there is an input. Okay, there's one input, and here whatever you type into input, it instantly writes it over here. Okay, so let's make that. So what we need to do is say use state. I'll show you in the minute. I write the code first and then show the meaning of it. So I'll say use state, snip it, say value, boom, 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 boom. I'll explain you this in just a minute. Okay, so I'll say I'll return and say input text value equals value. Okay, and then I can say value and say that, yep, and just stay with me here. You can say that yeah, on change equals inline function set value. Please bear it with me, guys. I'll show you everything that's going on here. Okay, and say h1 value. Okay, so I made it, and I say that, haha, as you can see, when I type instantly, I don't hit enter or anything. As you can see, it writes it. Okay, copy paste. Okay, that's a 1,000 line code. Haha. So I show you what I have done. Okay, so there's something called use state. Okay, that's a module. Okay, so in professional language we call it hooks. Okay, hooks means use state. Okay, there are even use effect, use rest. So there are 1,000 types of things, but use state is one of them. So we say const, then a list. Okay, and we say value and set value equals use state nothing. Okay, so I know it will be a little bit confusing for right now, but when you go ahead it will be super duper simple. So what we say here is const or let, whatever you use, const or let say value and then say set value, and then we say use state break in the end. What will be the initial value? If I say initial value will be something like this, see what happens. Okay, so this, why is this confusing? So I'll explain it later. So value, and then so how we do this is the value, to change the value we say set value. Okay, so set value is a function, and whatever you pass in it will be count as the value. So what we have done here is say that the value of the input will be value. Okay, and we say on change or inline function. Okay, say on change and pass an argument e, an arrow function, and say set value means what I have declared here. Say set value e means e the target that value. Okay, so I know this will be a little confusing, but watch more courses on it so you will get the grip of it. Okay, so this is the thing I'm going to show you. Say oops, there you go. Okay, so that's it. So not for the course, just for the tutorial right about now. So use state means, so I'll do it for you again. Use state. See, so what they have written here is say that use state, and I say value, it says we make a variable value here and we make a function called set value, and we say that what will be its initial state. So const value and set value. So set value is a function. Okay, set value and value. Okay, so value cannot be changed except when you write set value. Okay, so set value we say e dot target dot value. So set value, if I say that set value of ASDSD, then when I type over here, okay, so if I don't do anything, see what happens when I type A. Okay, so this is what happens. So I say e that target that value. Okay, so e that target value means whatever is in this thing. Okay, so my name is Dave, and I can say that this delete, and boom 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 boom. Okay, so that's rubbish. Okay, so I know this will be a little confusing. Watch courses over and over time of it again so you get it. So, and what do you mean by use state? First you have to import it, which I have done here, and say that useState what will be the initial value, what will be the starting value of the variable. So when I say that, so you say that const value equals this. Okay, so in the similar lines you say that useState this. Okay, so if it's a list, you say an empty list. If it's you say an empty list. If it's a string, you say empty string. I hope you get it. Okay, so this is how useState work. Okay, so let's talk about another hook, okay, which is not actually very important, so I'll just keep it. And that's it for this course, guys. I hope you get the crux of React, and I hope you understand this whole course. And like, comment on my video if you liked it, and subscribe it if you like it, and like it, and join my Discord channel if you have any questions or you have any project ideas. Okay, add the link in description. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.